Vishal, you are live. Good to go.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Hope you all are doing good at home and you are working from home. Must be going smooth. So so I'm from office, and we are doing this webinar for two purposes. So one, a very short through presentation that I would be giving you here, which will not take more than 30 minutes. And we also want you to be here on this platform for next 30 minutes because this is a new webinar platform that we have developed. There is an in-house thing, and we are checking so we can go live with this for our clients. Now coming to presentation. So we all know that many of our clients are, they are little resisting to put more money in creatives in designing. So they are giving reasons कि market में हालत खराब छे, कोई छे नहीं, पैसा नहीं, business नहीं. So this is not the right time to do advertisement, to do branding. So this presentation would focus on those aspects where we, a marketer, an advertising person, and everyone should know okay, there is no time available to you in which you should go off from the branding, from the branding activities. So this presentation has been developed by my friend Basim, and I have just added a little our agency examples into it. So I'm just making my screen live. देखा जो तो लाइव चैनल is it visible? Okay, so I hope this PPT slide is visible to all. The topic is brand management in the time of crisis. So as I said, we know that the clients and everyone, they are pulling off money from the branding and advertising activities. So if you can read this, what is there visible on my side, it is practically this easy to say close to your customers in the situation of social distancing. So what do we want to say? Though these words are written at a distance, you can speak it loud, you can read it clearly, very easily, the same way, though your customers are at a distance, they are not coming in the market, they are locked in the offices, they are locked in their cars, they are locked in their homes, but still you can reach to them very easily, and it is very much required. Social distancing does not mean that you keep distance with your prospect, right? Because the moment you will lose contact from your customers, some other will take their place. They are buying, they are not buying, they are engaging, they are not engaging. There are secondary things, right? But you have to be there in the top of the mind recall. And the moment you will lose the connect, you will lose communicating to them, you will be out of the top of the brand recall. The time would come back, the good time would come back, and in that time you need to have that sustained top of the mind recall. Millions of people are on lockdown, travels are being restricted, markets are responding unkindly as the various continues to spread. But whatever the times, challenging times are there, right? Still, to communicate your brand to your TG, to be in top of their mind recall, to get connected with them is totally in your control. So it is rightly said by leading marketeers. So you cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control what you do about it. How do we innovate to find new ways to deliver solutions and services in line with the new reality and the new behavior? So this is slide आगे नहीं ठीक है ना नहीं मारे ट्रेड बुलंद shortage gauge just a moment, there is a okay, yes. So now okay, so I was stuck and was not able to move my slide. Now it is visible, it is live. And okay, so what should we do as a marketer?
કોણ સંબોધે બધાને?
અરે નિમલભાઈ તમે બધા છે લાઈવ. નિમલભાઈ મ્યુટ કરો તમે. So there are few things that every marketer and every branding professional, every brand manager should have in his mind. Okay, in this time there has to be few steps that we always need to live नहीं दे रही आप there are few things that every marketer and every branding okay, sorry. So there were some technical hiccups that we were trying to solve. Yes. So there are few steps we should always take in consideration when we are planning our branding activities in this time. So time has changed. This is on the same time where we used to ask for hoarding rates, ask for printing rates. We used to design the campaign which will go on a hoarding, on a print, on a digital, and on a leaflets, on B2B activities. No, that time has changed. We don't know how long this new time is going to last, or if the things would come to normal, then what impact it would leave. Might be there are possibilities. If things become normal, then too we would be doing webinars through this platform. Like now we might not be wanting now invest our time and energy to go to some place and have a meeting, right? So sure, one thing is sure, the time is going to change, right? So what the newness, what the changes we need to bring in times of crisis today, which may last. So one key, now our objectives are changed because the platforms are changed, everything is changed, right? Earlier the objective was something different. Maybe earlier the objective was to create a large footfall at the store. Now the objective is different, right? The spending, how we used to spend, our most of the spending used to go into print and hoardings and prints are the costliest one. Now our spending is also changed, right? Building meaningful contents. Earlier our contents was for more of a 360-degree communication solutions. Now we are more specific to go digital. When we go digital, when we go video, so we are engaging with our customers more personally, right? There can be one-to-one customization. So content, the tone, everything is changing. The tools to reach customers is changing. Focus on values, right? So we don't respect or appreciate the company which talks money minded. We appreciate the company, we appreciate the communication which is talking in the interest of the society in this time. So values, right? Earlier the tactical campaigns, ek lo ek free, used to catch attention. Now if some company come with those tactical campaigns, discounts, people would look them as a cheaper marketing activities. So this is not right time to reap the profits and evaluate throughout the process, because things are very dynamic. There is no standard process. So you make a communication plan, you go on, you execute, you again have to look at the results and need to change, because dynamics are changing, platforms are changing, everything is changing. So communication objective, as I said, the bottom line is, how do we promote our business without being perceived as taking advantage of the situation, right? So when I say we all are in the business, so we all are in the business. We as an employees are in the business to provide branding and marketing solutions to our clients. Our clients are in the business as they are going to sell their products, sell their services, and they want us to help them to sell their products and services. So the bottom line of any business is to sell the product, to earn the profit, to expand the business, to maintain the leadership position, or to strive for the leadership position. But this is not the time where you should sound a business centric person, right? So if I need to give an example, say for a company like Canterville or JetBlue, if they came with their normal communication tactics saying ke 4 शर्ट पे 1 शर्ट free, are we going to respect that? No, हम गाली देंगे कि ये टाइम है 4 पे 1 शर्ट फ्री देने का. But if they speak, if they come with an ad which would say कि if you would buy 4 shirts they will give one shirt free to some poor boy on the road. Would you buy it? Yes, we can think. We will think. Though we are not getting one shirt, but though they are giving the same promotion to you, char pe ek free, but tone is changed. They are doing business. They are doing business, but they same time they are doing it in a right way. So there is not a business, but there is a care, apathy that has played in a picture, that has come into the communication. So the first point, promote the corporate value. Every company, every product, every service, right? So we have vision and we have mission. So every company has a value. If you are an ice cream provider, right? So your company value would be to provide health full of dairy items to the society, right? If you are into the pharmaceutical, if you are a pharmaceutical company, your core value to provide health to society. If you are into, say you are a rasna, right? So your main corporate value to provide the quality and affordable beverages to society. So this is those are the values. So in this time you have to speak your values, your corporate values, right? This is not the time to say summer aa gaya hai, mango flavor le lo. No, this is not that time. This is the time when you have to speak about corporate values. So the concern, support the business model, right? So you should, so like, as an advertising agency, what we did as an advertising agency, we open a new wings like digital media, like films. So we have expanded it. Now our film team is set 5-7 fold of what we used to have earlier. Today we are doing a webinar on a platform that we have developed. So you have to support your business model. So you have to do activities which are in line with your business model and which are supporting your current business model, right? You cannot just go and do something which is not a part of your business thing. Make communication and amicable experience for your TG. Make communication and amicable experience for your TG, right? So as I said, the tone of the communication, the mode of communication, everything has changed, right? People are becoming more caring when they speak, right? So like you and we all might have felt, okay, in this lockdowns period, we might be talking with our friends or with our distant families on a regular term. Earlier, we don't have time. हमारे पास टाइम नहीं था. Now we are talking with them with more care, more concern, more love. So we all might have felt, okay, in this time our communication at a personal level, as a professional level, from brand to the customers, it has changed. It has that emotional thing in now. It has high EQ. Create a positive impact in the mind of customer. Make the brand to create a strong relation with TG, right? And strike the right chord of brand and don't fall into sales game. So here I like to share a very good example, right? So this is an advertisement from uh, from a furniture company which they released on 15th March, and this was something which people didn't like, and which has so much negative feedbacks from the people, from the customers, and from everyone. So what they did, so within a 15 days of the lockdown, they came with some mattress and branded anti corona virus mattress. ये पे सोएगा इंडिया तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया 15,000 रुपया. So it is quite obvious that this company is trying to take advantage of this situation, and they're trying to make money out of it. They are selling it. They are I mean, soega India to badega India. There is no relevant with the pain that public is having, with the problem that public is facing, and they are selling it at price of 15,000. And this ad was just wait.
તે ખાલી સ્ક્રીન જ કરી દી આ તાર માંથી છે એટલા નથી આવતો બ્લેક થઈ ગયું
Okay. So cool.
એને બંધ કરશો share screen वाला entire screen तो black and white उसको black है ना ना ये ला मनी जो है के लोड
Okay. Sorry. So just Prasan told me my this screen was not visible to you. So we were discussing about that you should not sound so money centric, and so this is just example what should not be done by any advertiser. So this is a company Arihant Furniture, Arihant Mattresses. They are into mattresses, and they have put an ad that they have this ad was put on 15th of March, just 15 days after the lockdown period, and they are selling this anti-coronavirus mattresses, and they are communicating that इस पे अगर सोएगा इंडिया तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया, only 50,000 rupees, and this advertisement has got so much negative comments, that because there are a couple of reasons that is a wrong time. People are much in pain, people are concerned about the corona, and people are worried about the future, and in that time you are selling them with putting a price upfront that this is the mattress which is coronavirus mattress और इस पे अगर सोएगा इंडिया तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया, right? So this should not be done. Build meaningful content. So as I said you, okay, just understand ki what is in trend. Fitness is trend, the relief from boredom is a trend, following the hobbies are in the trend, learning new things is in trend, getting certificates online are in trend. So you have to be more meaningful and relevant to what is in trend, and you have to place your communication in between it so it can be absorbed easily, right? Just give me an example of this beautiful TVC which Surf Excel made and released in this time. Okay, so what they did,
वॉल्यूम बंद नहीं है वॉल्यूम बंद नहीं
समझा?
वॉल्यूम बंद नहीं है
ना okay, sorry. So this was classical example of how you should keep your flavors, keep your core values in place intact, and modify yourself so you can be easily accepted, you can command respect. So this is an ideal example. So Surf Excel was the first company who came saying that daag achhe hai. Before that, all the detergent powders, all the clothes shopping things, they were telling that दाग को दूर भगाओ, दाग को ऐसा करो, ये दाग छूटेगा नहीं, ये ऐसा दाग है, दाग तुम्हारी इज्जत लेगा. And they're the first to come with the campaign that दाग अच्छे हैं. And that was registered very strongly in our mind. Now what they did, so they continued with their flavor, their essence, and they modified the message, and they sounded something which is more apt for the current scenario, right? So they modified the communication saying कि घर पे रहोगे तो घर में जो दाग रहेंगे वो भी अच्छे हैं, कुछ दिन रहो घर में. Not only they did just this thing, they also give a mean to it. So they just give few of the tips or how kids moms can make their kids busy at home, right? So the brand ambassadors, the kids, the moms, they are here in the advertisements. Daag achhe hain, their core flavor is in advertisement. The emotional appeal is the same. That is also this in advertisement, but they have changed a little and they have hit the mark. So build meaningful content, right? So in building in meaningful content, you have to also take care that you are communicating your core thing, right? This is a second example. So that is a lot of so just try to imagine the communications that you are getting from Ola, right, before lockdown, and the communication that you are getting now from Ola. So before lockdown starts, Ola used to communicate on itne pe itne ride free. If you take 4 rides, 5 ride free. If you take 3 rides in a day, 5th ride free. If you play, so these are all tactical campaigns because there were strong competition between the different taxi players. So they were playing on discount parts. The moment they are allowed to operate after lockdown, their first campaign was no mask, no ride. The company which was after you to buy their taxi services, they are saying no ride. They are saying you no ride, no mask, no ride. So, but with that, what they are communicating? They are communicating that they are taking properly safety precautions. They are not asking you to come. They are saying that they are taking this cares. So these are 20 posts they have put it on a series which are talking about what you will find in the car, what will need to do before entering into the car, what will do after entering the car, while driving, what. So there's a lot of things. So after knowing that they are taking this many precautions, they are asking you to take this many precautions, you are assured that they are taking good care of the safety, right? So build a meaningful content, be it emotional, be it rational, but it has to be a meaningful content. And that content, the frame of the content is changed now. So as an advertiser, as a marketer, everybody has to understand that frame is changed and in which frame you have to be in while talking about your USP, about your brand, about your communication. Spend smarter, right? So time is changed. I Most of our houses don't have newspapers that we had to use it, right? We, of course, many of them we read it online, but still it has its own limitations. When we zoom out the newspaper, we don't zoom the advertisement, right? We just zoom the articles. So advertisements which are coming in newspaper also, which we are reading through online also, that doesn't have that impact once it had, right? They are costly. Hoardings are vacant. We are saying the blank hoardings, and where AMC and all these people are putting public messages. So the story is media habits are changing, media trends are changing, and you need to understand where you need to spend. You need to spend smarter. You need to make a very proper and effective media mix which can address to all your communication objective, which can reach to all your TGs. With media tools become much cheaper, it is an opportunity for marketer to increase reach. See, nowadays, media tools has also become cheaper. Be it the traditional medias or digital, anyway, it is cheaper as compared to print or hoarding. But still, you need to try to get more in the less. Try to get the most impactful campaign in minimal budget. Ongoing media habits can be a new normal. Hence, select the media carefully, looking into future use and impact. Make sure that with the stipulated budget, client get regular show its presentation to its DG. Let me share our own example. So before lockdown, our client Millicent Ganti. So Millicent was not selling, Gantis online. In lockdown period, they decided this is the right time to reach to our TG. They were doing home deliveries, just they were not taking orders online. So what they did, they just extended their website and provided money depository information. Still, then they had not brought in the e-commerce part, right? And they did a two campaign. So one campaign when Narendra Modi launched Vocal for Local campaign. That time they did a campaign. Okay, this is purely made in local, and because of it, a large bunch of people in our society, they are getting their income. And with that, they launch a campaign that ઘરનું અનાજ ઘરમાં જ દળો ને ઘર બેઠા જ મેળવો. You don't need to અનાજ. The people need to used to go out on a vegetable shops, on a groceries, right, to buy things, necessity things. Now, floor is also something which is a necessity of home. So they address that concern. Okay, this is something that you need to have it at home, and we are providing you the platform where you can order, and we will provide you at home. Okay. Now what they did, we did lead generation campaign for them. So we captured the housewives of the home, and we did a lead generation campaign through social media. We reached to them in Gujarat. We spent little, much little, and the price of what we spent is not even a 1/10 of the ad charges that if we release the same thing in Gujarat Samachar. But we got a tremendous demand from that, and a large number of gargantis were ordered in no time. So a simple lead generation activity with a very relevant communication, with targeting to a very relevant TG, we can create a good demand in even this time, this crisis time. So we also need to identify what are the meaningful content. So if you see this time, people's media habits have changed. People are giving more time on long videos, short videos. It's just a statistical data presentation, how people are spending their time. So more than sleep, we have spent time on long videos and short videos, right? Then linear TV, mobile, online games, offline chat, online education, cooking, baking, hobbies. So if you see this chart, the time distribution that we are giving to the various things in our life, you will find we are giving more time to OTT platforms, videos, right? We are giving more times to online stuff. We are giving more time to personal hobbies. We are more giving time in activities by which we can reinforce or develop our hobbies, or create a new hobbies, right? So this is another example for our client Kitchen Express. Recently we have closed a deal with Hotstar and YouTube, wherein we are going to put our Kitchen Express advertisements on YouTube and Hotstar. So in the coming time, you will see these ads in pan India level. Now, what our earlier we used to do hoarding, earlier we used to do printed, earlier we used to do radio, and now first time we are going to Hotstar and YouTube. Why? Because what we found, people are spending more time on OTT medias. Production houses are coming with very exciting and big budget, big star movies to be released on Hotstar. People are now paying more on OTT platform. There are many who are discontinuing with their cable connections, who are discontinuing with their DTH connection, because they're smart TVs and they are connecting everything with their apps, Hotstar, Netflix. And so we found that the TG, our housewife, and also the people at the home, they are spending good time, and they are spending the highest time on OTT platforms, watching videos, watching movies, watching various shows. And so Kitchen Express, we asked Kitchen Express to shift their pattern, media spending pattern, and go on OTT platforms. And we have we are, for next maybe 6 months, our ads would be visible on Hotstar and YouTube, right? So meaningful content, with that a right platform where we should release we should be visible. So considering the following things, we creating the content, adjusting channel mix, content, potential partners with help, secure office and reach, as well as relevance. People's attitude and behavior are changing during COVID-19. As a brand, this is a moment to recognize, connect, engage, and support these new changes. So as I said, what we were talking earlier, we have changed. Our tone of communication, we have changed. Where we were communicating, it is also changed. The platforms are changed, the tone is changed, right? The communication is changed. So everything is changed because the world has changed. We are in the different world now. The same world which was there before April. This is totally new world. This is COVID-19 fighting world, and every action we do from the first thing in a day to the last thing of a day, that is the impact of COVID. And if COVID has such an impactful in everything in our life, it has also impact in our business. So we need to understand the changes that we need to bring in terms of what we communicate, where we communicate, how we communicate. The current situation do not create annoying and repetitive message, right? So try to be creative and entertaining. See, this is not the time you should come up with the offer, monsoon bonanza offer. No, this is not the time. If any company who is coming with the monsoon bonanza offer, they are going to be kicked out. You need to sound creative, you need to sound entertaining, you need to sound lovable, you need to sound someone who cares for society and the customers living in the society. They need to be entertaining. Content should be stress living, educative, entertaining. Take care of people's sentiment while preparing content. Select tools, as I said, okay, you have to be very careful in selecting tools, and which has to be also apt for a TG, right? So when we say go digital, but digital world is so big. Now digital world has also various categories. Some categories which is taking care of youth, some categories which is taking care of oldies, some categories which is taking care of housewife. So when you go also digital, you need to take care that whom you are talking, who are TG, right? Now when we talk about the change in pattern of everything, the world is also changing now, right? So faced with the prospect of empty cinemas, production houses starting releasing movies on OTT. Looking at a big audience shift on OTT, big producers are making shows, films meant for OTT, right? So everything is changing, world is changing, tools are changing, screen time is changing. The total consumption has increased. The total TV consumption has increased by 8% across India in the week of ended March 20. While the total time spent per user on smartphone went up to 6.2% to 25 hours a week. So and this is the data which I'm sharing. This is the data from in a March end. So you can imagine if a rate of incremental rate, it has might be reached to 7-8% now. TV reach went up to 32 million new average daily viewers in a week to touch 592 million viewers, right? The viewership of this no, the old serials like Ramayana and Mahabharata, it is also touching high. Shift the technology, right? So as I said, he embrace the change and not it is dire need to stay in touch with prospect by any available means. Accelerate shift to mobile and online business model. Use slowdown to innovate. See, very if our clients are still dealing like what Millicent did. Millicent immediately changed their delivery platform, their transactional platform. Earlier they were not online, right? They immediately put a feature in the website where you can pay and they can deliver at your home. So you need to take help of technology in every aspect of your business, right? So before that they might be not knowing even how to lead, how to get a lead from FB, right? And they did a campaign which resulted them in the big thing. So every marketer, every brand manager has to understand that which technologies are available which can help them, and they need to understand, they need to take advantage of those technologies. If you are still sticking to old branding and marketing tools, you might not be surviving. If you are waiting, if you are not learning, if you are not upgrading yourself to learn the digital platforms in every aspect, you are going to die in a long term, in a short term even. So accelerate shift to mobile and online business models. Use slowdown to innovate and use technology to position your brand a technological driven property. See, if you notice in these 2 months, people have come close to the brands which are technology driven. You are getting me? I'm again repeating. If you observe, people have come close to the brands in last 2 months, the brands which are more technology driven property, right? So like Big Basket, like Swiggy. So Big Basket has started delivering groceries. Swiggy has started delivering groceries. We have now, everyone has a mobile app. Everyone is, observing data daily. You have everything. So you have vegetables. So I know many of the applications, many of the vegetable vendors who are of a little larger size, they have developed a vegetable delivery platform overnight in 3-4 days. So I know Niyati used to tell me that there are vegetable vendors in Bhopal area. They have developed an app for Bhopal area people. You just imagine the way they are using the technology, but they are the people who are surviving because the customers are buying from them. So there are apps who are only Bhopal based apps, and only one area of the people can deliver, go on a platform and ask for put and deliver request to buy it, vegetables, and they can deliver. So shift to technology is the dire need of time. And if any company, if any activity, be it e-commerce activity, be it branding activity, be it marketing activity, will not have a leverage of digital platform, digital age, then they are not going to survive. Select ideal tools to reach your TG, right? Website. You update the website regularly in this time, as it is the main interface between brands and customer. Social media. Stay active in social media. This can be your way, two-way communication with your customers in present situation. Influencer marketing. In this phase, in this time, we see a lot of fake news. We even don't know, okay, whatever informations are coming to us are authentic or not. In this time, if influencers is speaking, so people find it trustworthy. To take advantage, take help of influencers, right? So you need to identify, okay, if you are in business of dairy, if you are a business of clothes, if you are business in lifestyle, who are the ones who are influencer in this category? How many followers are there? What they charge to put one video on their on their personal social platforms. You need to know the list of people. So if SCG is my client, right? Yeah, or if Unipath is my client, UniHealth is my client, I should be ready with the list of influencers who have a good large number of followers and who belongs to health and lifestyle category, active lifestyle category, right? So I can put my brands there. I could make them endorse my brand on their platforms. I can use those videos to make it viral, right? Because in this time there is one disadvantage also, that there are a lot of information. People are confused whom to believe and whom not to. In this time, influencers would play a big role. Magazines, e-newspapers, use of them. Webcasting. Restore teaches home through creating link. The content should be involving and interesting. Yoga classes, music classes, technicals, learning, etc. So for one of our clients who are into cardio, we have done a year-long yoga classes in the morning, and they are very much happy with that. So every morning they open those webinars and they they go through the yoga teacher. That of course we are providing that, but our brand is there, and that yoga teacher is also so smart. He is talking about our brand and indirectly way. So it is getting more it is registering strongly day by day in my TG's mind. Online entertainment apps, so like I said, for Kitchen Express we are going to use Hotstar and YouTube. So you need to understand people are spending a lot of time. So when we saw that site where we had a statistic about how people spend their time, we saw the largest time are shared by shorter videos and longer videos. Focus on values, as I said. Okay, this is not the time to sell a product. This is the time to speak about your values, why you are here and why you will remain there, and why you here has a very important aspect. Okay, you are here to provide service and products to society. So focus on the values, communicate your values, right? So this is one beautiful example of Zomato. So what happened? So what Zomato did? So Zomato was only delivering ready-made food. Now they have started delivering groceries also, right? And how they put it like, okay, we care for food in your house, and so though the restaurants are closed, we are ensuring that you cook it and eat it. Values to give back to society. So if you have seen that Intas Pharma recently, there is a lot of news coverage where we donated 2 million hydroxychloroquine tablets, which was endorsed by WHO, and then it was covered in all newspapers, right? And with that, Intas earned a goodwill, right? People pursue it. Intas is not someone who is just in the market to earn, but when time comes, is the company who gives back to society. So we need to reinforce the values. And the most important, this entire process. So we had seen, okay, what should be a communication objective, right? It is not something which is there earlier before lockdown. It just changed. Now you have to be loved one, right? You have to be one who should sound caring, loving, not the one who is in the market to make money, right? So there has to be a communication objective. For that, you have to understand what should be your content, right? Your content should be in line of your values, and also in line of your business model, right? Say if Milson Garganti is communicating, so they're communicating, we are caring for you, and so we are providing you free deliveries of our atta chakki, right? So what you communicate, the content, where you communicate, right? Digital platforms. In digital platforms also, you need to find your category, okay, how you would talk about, where you would talk about, right? And in final, after executing everything, you have to evaluate the process, because this is a very dynamic field, right? Every day everything is changing. So you have to, after completing a loop, you have to evaluate a success. Might be you need to bring little change, but you have to evaluate the process throughout, because every month the scenario is different. Last in March, there were so much, and I mean, if I say, okay, last month the fear of corona was so high. This month, though the cases are on rise, but fear is less. So this is very dynamic time, and you have to evaluate your process. Drive grind effectively in the crisis. So as I said, you have to understand the communication objective, the right communication, establish correct channels to communicate, which has to be guided by true values. So yeah, this is Chinese word for crisis. I know we had China like never before, but let me give the example of this Chinese word. So this is a Chinese word for crisis, right? And it has two elements: danger and opportunity. So it says, okay, every crisis brings a danger and bring an opportunity also, and it depends upon upon us how we handle that crisis. So we need to handle it very carefully. We need to handle it, and we need to be evolved for the future to come. And this way, there are many brands who are doing good. We are also doing good. Our clients are doing good. So you just need to evaluate the time, evaluate the crisis, evaluate your changes that is happening in the media pattern, in your customers' spending pattern, everything, and you have to change yourself. Thank you.
બધી ફોર્મમાં શું લખ્યું છે? બોટમમાં તો બરોબર એક મિનિટ બ્રિજેશ હેલો અરે આપણે આ કોવિડ ની ડિલિવરી ક્યાં લેવાની છે આપણે બેગમાં નાખીને
પ્રશાંતભાઈ
એટલે પેલો પૂછી રહ્યો છે
બોલો ભાઈ
બરાબર છે ઓકે હવે
અરે એકદમ ઓકે છે
ચલો
આપણે ઓકે છે હવે વાંધો નહીં હવે લોકોને બંધ કરવો તો કરી નાખે વાંધો નથી એ લોકોનો વ્યુઅર્સ ને બંધ કરી નાખે ને
પેલું ખાલી તમે ચાલુ રહેવા દેજો હું અહીંથી લીવ કરી દઉં છું હે ને
હા વાંધો નહીં